Welcome back everyone, I'm Kid Plays Games, this is Snowrunner, and you find me getting thoroughly bored in Michigan. As you can see, I have some long logs, and as you can see, they do indeed stick out way beyond the back of the trailer, as I told you. I told you I'd show you some long logs before we left Michigan. I'm getting bored in Michigan. I think we're just going to go straight to Alaska. I can't be bothered to do all the logs. I nearly did all timber to the locals. As you can see, all I have to do is deliver one more long logs to the lumber mill back in Black River. I've delivered this set of long logs all the way from the log station of Black River up over the river to Smithfield Dam, and you find me currently all the way over here. I've driven all the way across Smithfield Dam. I'm just heading south to the drilling site to deliver the first lot of the two lots of long logs that need to come here for logs to the workers, but I can't be bothered to finish it. And I can't be bothered to do cargo from the ship, which is going to the ship in Drummond Island and bringing two forced lot cargo containers all the way back down the mountain. Can't be bothered to do that. And I especially cannot be bothered to do super order. Even though it does give us 2700 experience, you don't get that, any of it, until you've completed all the orders. And it's just too much to and fro. Because I'm getting bored of going up and down the same roads and driving all the way across all four maps. It's just getting me down, and I can't be bothered. And Snowrunner is open world, sandbox, it's non-linear. We're over rank 14. All we needed to be was rank 14 to get the chained set of tyres for this truck and our off-road Paystar. And we're rank 15 now, so I think as soon as I deliver this set of long logs, I'm going to go back to the garage or find the nearest trailer store, sell this trailer, and we is going to Alaska pretty much right now. This is just the inter-region, end-of-region, massive contracts of doom. We don't need the XP, we certainly as hell don't need any money. Because as I said, as soon as we get to Alaska, I'm going to sell all of the DLC trucks other than two of them, which I will keep. And then we'll have about 1 million truck bucks and we can do whatever the hell we want. Tutorial is over, ladies and gents. It's time for us to go and have some fun. And the P12's been behaving itself really well. You very rarely have to actually turn on the all-wheel drive because the two rear axles do have permanent diff lock. So you've got 8 wheels and permanently trying to turn at the same rate as each other, and it just pushes you through everything really. Right, there's one lot of logs. Oh, I see. This loading site makes us pick up and drop off from the same location. At the minute it's saying upload, so you just change it with 1 and 3, and now it's saying you can deliver. So there we go. We've delivered the long logs. Off camera, I'm going to just get the heck out of here. Probably go this way through the trees, over the farm to the trailer store. I'll have to go to both the garages and make sure that... Who's on Black River? Ah, I see. What I've forgotten. The White Western Star is stationed in this garage, so you need to store everything to put them into the cloud storage so you can download them at Alaska. Because that's how this game works, because this is a video game. Okay, there's nothing in Drummond Island, there's no truck icons, so I've cleared out all the trucks from Drummond Island, Island Lake. Black River was showing a truck because there was a truck in the garage. If you have a look at the garage here, it's empty. So all I have to do is to get this thing back to where we came from. So next time you see me, we'll be in the garage in Alaska and we'll talk about the DLC trucks. I'll see you guys in 2 seconds for you. Bye bye. And here we are, Northport, Alaska. So we'll go to truck storage, we'll deploy the Paystar, we'll deploy the Pacific, we'll deploy the Lodestar. Everything else can just stay where it is at the minute. First thing we're going to do is go to the tyres and get the chains on. If for some reason you can have the option to only have your rear tyres chained, but why would you do that? Just put double chains on. There's not a great deal of ice on this map, but the roads have some black ice on them. So you want your chains probably these. Does that give us doubles at the back? Yes it does. The OHD2s. I'm pretty sure the MHS would not. And this guy also needs his chains. His OHD3s, so they're double rears. Right, what are we doing in Alaska? 4 maps. Looks like the one we're on, Northport, leads to Mountain River, which is locked at the minute, and White Valley. And they both connect to each other. And then beyond Mountain River is one called Pedro Bay. The harsh Alaskan wilds were always a desirable, if difficult, target for many oil companies. These days, an oil tycoon by the name of Blackbird has laid their claim to the large deposit of the black gold hidden deep under the snowy plains. It says showy plains, it should be snowy. They've had 5 years to fix that typo. Scattered with oil rigs and covered in an intricate web of petroleum lines. That's not how you spell petroleum, it's E-U-M. Unless that's freedom speech, but I don't speak freedom. The region is still a constant source of new challenges for the company, and with them, employment for freelance truckers like ourselves. Okay, so very much like Michigan, we're getting a new oil operation up and running. And the 3 major regional tasks are getting rid of all the old junk, building a new drilling site, and getting the pipeline running. How much in Michigan did we do? 88%. Okay, I'm calling it. That's good enough. We got all the upgrades, got all the vehicles. I don't care that we've only done 75 out of 89 tasks. I just don't care. Right, DLCs, truck storage. All these ones here. We'll investigate the Can Marshal first. As we see, it's a funny little Scout. It's got great big massive tyres. It has 2 sets of these tyres and that's it. It can have the usual kind of Snowrunner and freeway gearboxes. It's got tons of different engines for some reason. Why you would ever use that? Standard engine, 30,000 nanometers. Why would you ever use that one? When it looks like you can just buy the 70,000, which is more than twice as powerful straight away. Frame add-ons, all it can have is this little roof rack with repair and fuel. It makes it really top heavy. It's just like a larger Scout 800. So I'm going to store that. We're going to find it again. I'm going to press space and we're going to sell it for 20,000. Gone. Next one, Tatra 805. This apparently is an off-road truck. Doesn't look like it though, does it? I mean, it's absolutely dinky. It's like a little toy. It's not much bigger than our... It's actually smaller than our Lodestar. It's got some decent engines. I mean, 185,000. Yeah, I'm not surprised it's power to weight S+. It's because it weighs about 6 grams. It can have the off-road set of gearboxes. Only one set of suspension. Really small tyres. Oh, look, it's got the big balloon tyres. What kind of winch it can have? Autonomous medium. This is one of these weird hybrid Scout off-road vehicles. They're a bit weird. So this can pull itself up if it flips over, which it will because it's tiny and it flips over all the time. Snorkel, frame add-ons. It can only have like 3 or 4 things. This small fuel carrier holds 900 fuel, which is the same as the Scout fuel trailer. A little roof rack that unlocks at rank 16 and gives it some repair parts and fuel. A little maintenance frame with a diddly 500 repair points. Or it can have a small sideboard bed that carries 1 cargo. Absolute bloody garbage. So store it, sell it. Another 34,900. Next one, International HX 520. This is a heavy duty truck, same as the White Western Star. What can we do with this? It can have all the off-road gearboxes. It's only got the one stock set of suspension. It's got the usual crappy tyres. Engines goes up to 160,000. It goes up to 192,000 if we find that in Alaska. Can it have all-wheel drive? Apparently yes, and we can buy it now if we wanted to. And it can have diff locks as well. And a decent number of add-ons. Okay, this might not be complete garbage, but 43-inch tyres. How big are the tyres on the Paystar? 46. Okay. And how big are the tyres on the White Western? White Western 47. So it's like a White Western, but it's got smaller tyres. I've already got a White Western, I don't need another one. So we'll sell that for 172,300. Lovely. Caterpillar CT681. This is, again, another heavy duty. Again, it can get S-rated power to weight because it's got all the modern engines. Looks like you can buy the top engine straight away. 210 nanometers. It's got this weird dead axle which you can lower to the floor. These dead axles only exist to in the real world to meet ground pressure requirements by local authorities. Like, you can't drive trucks that have ground pressure over a certain value, so they add these dead axles. All the dead axle in Snowrunner does is snag on things, and it's a real pain in the ass. It can only have 43-inch, and it looks like it can have 47-inch tyres, which is not terrible. But it cannot have race suspension. It's got a really low hitbox. Can it have all-wheel drive? Yes. Can we buy it right now? Yes. Looks like it can have diff lock as well. It's got all the frame add-ons. Again, it's very similar to the White Western Star, but it's got smaller wheels, but it's got more power. You know what? Don't really need more power, so I'm just going to sell that. It's another 78,800. And these are the two I'm going to keep. Maybe. This is the Tatra T813. It's a heavy truck. The Tatra suspension's weird. It's it's actually designed to lean in like that, so that when you put a load on it, the tyres then straighten themselves out, and it makes the suspension a bit better. Again, it's got decent power to weight, even with this engine that it comes with. It's A+. Again, you won't find this because you need to go to Taimyr, Russia. That's the third region in the base game. And Alaska, looks like you can get the Advanced Special in Alaska. Advanced Special is good, because that's Advanced Special is the one that has 0 penalty to using all-wheel drive, which is this as well, because this has all-wheel drive on all the time. All-wheel drive switchable. Suspension, only one suspension. It's got 50-inch tyres, which isn't terrible, so we'll put the chains on it. You can have the usual heavy set of winches, a snorkel, and a decent... Now, it can barely have any upgrades. As you see, high saddle, hydro lift, that's for the long log thing that you never use because it's shit. And this articulated towing platform, this whole thing will pivot and become a ramp, so you can drive another vehicle on the back. A roof rack to give it some repair and fuel, and a sideboard bed that holds 2 cargo. And that's it. You know what, I'm just going to sell that thing. Goodbye, Tatra. And the Bandit, this is probably the only one I'm going to keep. It's an off-road truck, all-wheel drive, always on, diff lock, always on, 8x8. If you use that in Michigan, it's a little bit overpowered. This is like a one-off truck. I'm pretty sure someone got a Tatra sideboard and then chopped the front end of a bus off and welded it on. It was like in one of these cool experimental trucks you get in Russia. So at the minute it can only have 130,000 nanometers because all these are in Taimyr, but this one's a Yukon. Oh god, that's like season 2 I think Yukon was, or 3 or 4. You can have the off-road gearbox, balance is fine, only one set of suspension. You can have the big boy balloon tyres, and it needs them because without them it's terrible. If you put the chain tyres on this vehicle has really skinny tyres, it's really wide, it's really top heavy. So until you actually unlock the mud tyres, it's awful. But once you get the big balloon tyres on it, it becomes much more stable. Again, it can have the extended medium winch, so we'll do that. Sell that. Snorkel, yeah, we'll put a big snorkel on it so it can ford rivers, and it can have a decent amount of upgrades. Importantly, it has this little roof rack. So we'll buy that. It's got a little bit of repair, a little bit of fuel, which it needs because it only has 150 fuel, but it carries 140 on the roof. So really, you add them together, it's got 290 fuel. It's quite efficient. It does have this special special KRS 58 crane, which, as I said, is a little bit longer and a little bit stronger than normal ones. And you can do other things. You can give it a fuel tank, but then that forces you to remove the crane because the fuel tank takes up the whole chassis. Maintenance frame. If you put a maintenance frame on this thing, it essentially becomes a massive heavy scout vehicle. You can scout the whole map with this thing. 1400 fuel, all the repair points it needs. It's quite stable. You can deliver cargo with it, you know, with the sideboard bed and the crane, and it can just about whoops, I've removed the sideboard bed. It can just about, if you leave the garage and hope there's a trailer store nearby, yeah, it's right there. It can just about get a trailer onto this little hook at the back. But even though it can do crane, sideboard and trailer, I wouldn't suggest you do, because it absolutely ruins a turning circle, and this thing's got a bad turning circle anyway, even though the front two axles do both steer. Now, one other interesting thing about this vehicle is that the chassis kind of pivots around here. It twists, so when you're going over bumps, the front of it will just ride over the bump and then the rear will bump over it, so it's really quite good at crawling. You see, it can pull trailers behind itself, it's just not very good. So if you find the TT flatbed trailer and then change your view, it's not too bad with this one, but other trailers sit really close to this and they actually hit that, so you can't really turn very far. So we'll just sell that trailer and we'll recover this thing. First thing we need to do is get a little scout out and go scouting. Okay, new map means new watchtowers and hopefully new upgrades. Let's buy our little friend's Server Scout trailer. Okay, lots of grey zone here. Only 4 watchtowers to find, and everything else is grey zone. Like, all this is suspicious. There's obviously something down here. Looks like there's a big trailer there and a little trailer there. Looks like an oil rig there. All this is suspicious. That's suspicious. Looks like a port down here. Couple of factories. Another factory. More suspicion up here. All this grey zone is suspicious. That looks like a gateway to another place. That's a gateway to another place. That looks like a fuel station. A house. That's the pipeline that we're going to be repairing, and this is us in the garage. Oh, looks like there's a flatbed trailer right there. Right, so first thing we're going to do is turn right and try and get up here for this watchtower. And as always, we'll go to the tasks and just activate all the ones we can. It looks like we have to... Okay. Looks like we're going to be doing this right away because it's really close. We'll bring out a truck that can hold 2 cargo and we'll just get the 2 server spare parts. And we'll go and fix that pipeline. Because everything else seems to be locked behind that. I just see there are a lot of orders here. Remember, these are just the big region-wide orders. There's going to be dozens of tasks that we will find on the maps to do as well. Right, so you need to turn your engine off and we need to go back to the garage. Off-road truck, I choose you. Alright. I mean, if we do 10 tasks really quickly here, it's probably going to give us more XP than grinding for 4 hours to complete one of the massive tasks we've got left to do back in Michigan. Okay, as we see, all this black stuff on the road is ice. When you tilt your camera, it hurts your eyes. because it's very, very shiny. That looks like a frozen lake off to the right. And look, we've actually got snow in a game called Snowrunner. Fancy that. This is an asphalt road. I mean, it's mainly covered in ice, but it is an asphalt road. Anything that looks wet on the road is going to be ice and not water. So you could theoretically come here before you get the chain tyres, but you'll have a really bad time, so just don't do it. Oh, we have a task, so we'll grab that while we're here. Containers in the river. Someone's lost some containers, okay. And in the river makes me think we're going to have to use a crane to get them out. Right, we need 2 server spare parts. Well, that's easy. This warehouse only does server spare parts. It's nice to get a change of scenery now, isn't it? Very nice. Now, as I said a long time ago, snow in Snowrunner uses exactly the same coding as mud. So all this stuff at the side of the road is really mud. That's mud, this is mud. So in Alaska, the roads are not really just suggestions, they're actually quite important in snow on all the snowy maps in the game, not just on Alaska. Trying to take shortcuts through the snow will lead to disappointment and tears. Yeah, this is snow, which is mud, on top of mud, which is mud, so that's just double mud. Ew. Oh, I see what's happened. The pipeline is collapsed and it's blocking the road, so we're going to have to go and fix it. Oh, that's easy. Yep. Boom. Well, that's not crossed off, so obviously the pipeline's not operational for the whole region yet. And it looks like it's unlocked everything else. Okay, let's just accept them all. God, logging straight away. Okay, that's everything accepted. Now let's read them. Fire in a barrel, delivered to the port to fuel. So if we come down here, and then over this frozen river, and hit that Watchtower, got the fuel station, Watchtower port, that kind of thing. Floating drill. Saddle high, oil rig salvage semi-trailer. That's one of these gigantic mission trailers. And it wants us to go all the way to the port. Okay, so that's obviously the drill that's come off this oil rig. They're decommissioning that. Now I understand. Oil delivery. Well, this is just pick up oil from the drilling site and deliver it all over this map. That's a little bit annoying. Drilling parts delivery. Delivered to the factory. Drilling spare parts times 4. Depending on how twisted these roads are, we might use the twin steer for that. Morrison Mining, what do you want? Drilling site, cargo container 1 from the port, and medium pipes times 1 from the warehouse. That's 4 slots of cargo. Okay. And what does GR Enterprise want? Logs. Stick them up your bum. Polar base needs 4 bricks from this factory, metal beams from that factory, and fuel from this fuel station. That's a lot of stuff. Before we try and deliver anything else, we're going to go out with a scout and just uncover everything. Because that's just a smart play. So little scout's going to come down here, hit that, and try and get to the port and that watchtower. And hopefully find its own upgrade, which gives it the race suspension. so we can get the big wheels on this thing. Because these little baby wheels are beginning to be a minor annoyance. Okay, these frozen lakes. When you see this black ice, and if you move your camera, you'll see that the cracks are actually vertical. When you see solid black ice like that, it's fine to drive on, it's a road. And if you've got chains, you've got really good grip on it. I mean, I'm just not skidding at all. If we did not have chains, we'd be doing 360s by now. We'd just be spinning like a top. So, black ice, good. White ice on frozen rivers, bad. You see these like vertical striations? That's how you can tell it's good. Dark ice on rivers, good. Means it's a road. It's like asphalt if you've got chains on. Don't destroy your fuel tanks on the side of these rocks. Ooh, this is a little bit muddy. Maybe a little, I mean a lot. I don't know why I'm trying to go on the side of the road. That's force of habit from Michigan. I'm trying to avoid the mud by driving in the snow, which is mud. See, that's the problem you have on snowy maps. You think you can find a shortcut through the snow, and it's not, because snow is mud. So you've got a choice of brown mud or white mud. Those is your two options. And some of the deeper snowbanks are what is known as blue snow, and it's like the worst thing in the universe. It is so sticky, it slows you right down. We're going to hit it sooner or later. I'm not going to go looking for it just to show you what it is, because I don't want to have to deal with it right now. But blue snow is the enemy. It's called blue snow because it's so deep that when you force your way through it, it pushes it all to the side and compacts it, and it turns blue. Oh, just shift down manually. Being in top gear was just digging a hole. I mean, this is all just mud. This whole road's just been a mud pit. Okay, what does this say? Port to the left, gas to the right. Oh, I drove right past that tower. Nuts. Right, let's turn round. I drove right past the Watchtower. Again, luckily the Lodestar can just throw its little trailers around thanks to its rear bumper. It's awesome. Oh, trying to drive through snow. Not happy because it's mud. Driving on the side of the road now because I don't want to go back through the ruts and the mud that I've already created, because that's when you get stuck. Okay, we're trying to go up this hill now. Luckily these little trees can just about bear the weight of my little truck. If we were in a medium truck we would have just ripped that tree right out of the ground, which would have been bad. Okay, we needed to turn right after... We needed to turn left after we came past this big rock, and I just went straight past it. I'm not surprised I missed the turning. It was hiding behind that massive rock. No wide vehicles, do not follow sat-nav. Very wise words there. I wonder why it was going so slowly. I was still in low gear like an idiot. Right, here's the Watchtower. That looks like the two missing containers that are in the river. That river's actually melted, so not everything is icy here. Right, what have we got? Containers in the river, done that. Bags on ice, haven't done that. Logging station that makes wooden planks. Stuck in the mountains. Fuel station. log station that does medium and long logs. And that's where we get the fuel from for the port. Back out of here, follow that round. Out of the way, silly trailer. We'll just follow this little road. That looks good, we'll do that. Okay, we're going to need to bring a crane to get these. They're 2 cargo slots each. Can't remember where they go. But we'll need heavy crane. Little cranes could pick them up. The Bandit would probably have an easier time picking them up. But this little path through the trees looks like an absolute disaster. So yeah, look at these tree branches sticking out over what is calling itself the road. It's literally growing right over the road. So I think I'm going to try and go to the right of that tree. So I think getting these cargo containers out of here, you cannot bring it down this way. You're going to have to go north and then loop around, because I think these go to the port. I can't remember which one it was. Containers in the river, yeah, to the port. So you have to come in from the north, grab them, go back out to the north, and then come down this road. Well, this main road has been very nice. It's just asphalt and ice, which when you've got chains are the same thing. Okay, this little connecting road here is, as you can see, is just black mud, brown mud, and white mud. It's just a great big mud pit. So this is all just mud. This is really tight, that's mud. In fact, I think the best option to get to the port would be to pick up the cargo containers, go north, and then go east and back over this frozen river and onto the asphalt road. Take the long way round because it's the easier route. That's what I reckon. More asphalt and ice. Nice surfaces to drive on. Oh, we have a hatching in the middle of the road. Oh, hello, broken bridge. Dang it. Right, bridge repair. What does this need? 1 metal beams, which we get from... Oh, bloody hell. Ah, there's a factory there that does metal beams as well, apparently. Looks like we can kind of muddle our way through this horrible nonsense here. It isn't a grey zone, so I'm tempted to go and do that, you know. Shall we try that? Well, it's up here, and then kind of this nonsense, and somehow end up over here. Well, let's try it. Out to the wee silly trailer. No, balls. The trailer's kind of stuck on the barriers. Now, as we see, I just shoved that sign right through the snow, because these signs are not actually bolted to the floor. They're actually movable objects. And sometimes they will clip through your front bumper or your front mud fender. And if they do that, you need to immediately pause the game, go back to the main menu and reload your save. Because then that will then respawn it back where it came from. Because these signs, once they move out of their rendering cell they will become immovable objects. And if it's stuck in the front of your truck, it will immediately become an immovable object, and that means your truck will be stuck, and it will cause massive internal damage on your truck. It will destroy your engine. So, or even flip you in the air. Not seeing any yellow hatchings there, or anything that looks like an upgrade. Oh god, I'm seeing lots of really deep snow though, so let's just winch. So yeah, you see a sign stuck to your truck, immediately go back to main menu and just reload. You're not going to lose any progress because the game saves when you quit to main menu. So just go back to the main menu and then click continue, and that'll put the sign back where it came from. Which is a little bit annoying, but you have to work with the game engine. Because this is a video game, it's not a truck simulator. That is a particularly nasty corner. This whole mountain trail is just ick. Do not want to come up here carrying cargo, so getting that bridge fixed is an absolute priority. It's pretty up here though, isn't it? Look at these lovely views. Right, fine, I'll winch myself forward. Yeah, you'll be making judicious and liberal use of your winch on all the snowy maps, not just in Alaska. Port this way. Well, I didn't see any upgrades or tasks at these guys' houses. I'm assuming they're going to want some sort of supply at some point. So I look forward to that. That was in inverted commas, that was sarcasm. Yeah, bringing cargo up here ain't gonna be fun. Whoop. I couldn't tell which way the camber of the road was, so I just had to stop immediately. Oh god, look at this, this is just... Ew. Oh. Give me the winch. There we go. I think this may be blue snow. Can't really tell. No, it's just normal snow. Deep snow is horrible. See, these tree branches are just trying to push me back, so we need to hope that the winch can winch onto something further ahead. Oh, that'll do. Just anything, just to force us past this tree. Let me go, you turd. There we go. God. Tree branches and tree roots, man. Okay, now the stupid little trailer's got stuck. So we're going to have to winch this part of the truck. No, that tree's not big enough. That one. To there. Give me my trailer. Oh joy. A tree right in the middle, growing out of the middle of the bridge. At least the bridge wasn't down, so that's something, I suppose. Straddle that big rock. I said straddle it. Oh, I need the base suspension. Right, fine, just winch yourself over the big rock. Come on, stupid car. There we go. Oh. I see yellow hatchings and I see another lodestar. Okay, someone's abandoned his truck and we need to deliver it. Can't go to waste. Deliver it to the house in the hill. You can stick that up your bum. I'm not doing that right now. One thing I will do though is steal all the fuel from it. Now because they're both international lodestar, look on the map. Yellow is the one that's donating, green is the one that's accepting. Thank you. Right, so someone else has left his lodestar down here and then got snowed in, and they need me to drag it up the top of that hill that we just came from. I've just battled my way down the hill. I'm sure his ball's not going straight back up it right now. Just hope that these trees provide grip instead of being dicks. Hey, thank you, fallen trees. You were nice that time. Oh, tree roots. Spawn of Satan. Another muddy trail. These springy bushes, which are sometimes horrible, and they decided to be horrible right now. Sometimes you drive right over them, and sometimes you just don't. I think it's if you... I think closer to the root where it grows out the ground, they're a lot stiffer. Hit them at the wrong angle, they just act like tree roots and block you. God. We're going to get to the port one of these days. Yeah, finding shortcuts in snowy maps, good luck. I wish you all the very best in that. Oh, we're literally at the port. Oh, okay. Don't want to cut through there because it's all snow. This bit of the road seems to be fairly well packed down. Okay, we made it to the port. What is here? Yellow hatching looks like a cargo area, which does launch pipe, which is 4 slots, cargo container, which are 2, drilling equipment, which is 4, and oversized cargo, which is 4, and consumables, which are 1. Okay, that does lots of stuff. There's 2 more yellow hatchings over here. It's a trailer store. Wow, okay. Trailer store at the port, and this link icon means it's waiting for something to be delivered. That's probably the 2 containers, which are probably going to go on that ship. And what I spotted out the corner of my eye up here is a fuel semi-trailer. Is it going to be a real one that we can sell and it'll give us experience? Yes. If you approach a trailer and it doesn't give you experience, it means it's needed for a mission. So log it in your mind. I mean, when you activate the mission, it will tell you where it is anyway. So, sometime when we bring something with a low saddle down here, we'll sell that thing and get a few thousand for it. Not that we really need money, we just sold lots of trucks. We're rich now. Okay, oh god. Where is this watchtower? All the way up there. So we need to turn off here and go up there. Okay. I'm assuming the roads will degrade as we get further and further up this hill. Okay, just take your finger off the accelerator and then reapply it, and it'll manually shift it down to the first gear. Tricks of the trade. This looks like ice on the left, so just swing by that because ice is the same thing as asphalt. Get the headlights on because it's getting a little bit dark. I could have gone to the right there because that looks like ice, but I decided to stick to the right because there's trees on the right. And we don't have the extended scout winch. We have the autonomous scout winch, which is only 14 meter range. But it does at least work when you're upside down. Not that tipping over a lodestar is an easy thing to do. Okay, what is this detour nonsense about? Why is this a detour? Well, that's the watchtower literally there. So the detour goes that way. But we need to get this way. And this looks like a really steep hill with lots of horrible snow. There are some trees, and they look like the medium-sized trees that we can hitch on to without peeling over. But this right here is actually blue snow. This is the first time you encounter it in the game. It's just... Remember, we've got an S-class power to weight ratio. And 6 tyres, and... It's just... Ugh. I mean, we are at least... kind of moving. There's no point in fighting. Just... winch. You have to be careful. Because even though the previous medium-sized tree did not get ripped out of the ground, there's no guarantee that that one will not. So if you see these medium trees leaning really far over, stop winching because you're about to rip it out of the ground. And once it's ripped out of the ground, it's despawned until you reload the map. So just let them spring back and then winch again. Spring back, winch again. We're going to go over to daytime now, just so we can see what we're doing. Turn the headlights off, don't need them. Okay. Now, as you see, there's nothing up ahead to winch onto. So we just have to... We're in low gear. I mean, this is as good as we can get. Okay, we were snagged on that tree branch, but we've just cleared it. Welcome to Blue Snow Hell, everyone. I mean, we are still moving, but we're moving slowly and we're burning a lot of fuel. Luckily, we've got jerry cans in the back, and we've got a scout trailer full of fuel as well. Well, not full of fuel. It's got a tiny amount of fuel, but we've only got a tiny fuel tank. I need to go left so the trailer doesn't get snagged on that tree branch. Okay, I missed it. Well, at least the Loadstar's still moving. Is this actually blue snow though? Let's investigate it. Yeah, see where it's all compressed and it's gone blue. That's why we call it blue snow. There are much deeper pits than that, and usually, like when you're swimming through it, you'll push it to the sides, and then the sides will compress and they'll go dark blue as well. But that was blue snow. I hate it, but we've made it up. We're up here now. Hello, Mr. Watchtower. What have you got to show me? Bam. Turn the engine off while we're investigating. Ooh, an upgrade. And the Royal BM17, which is a truck. That looks like it's going to be very wet and muddy. This road's blocked. Looks like that road's blocked, so that's great. No way down out of here. Unless we go all the way down this little road. And another task in a warehouse that does server spare parts, bricks and medium pipes. Okay. Where do we want to go? I don't particularly want to drive back through that blue snow. So I think we'll go up here. Leave the trailer there. Go down and see what that is. Come back and pick the trailer up. And then come this way. What is this? It's a small scout flatbed with one wrench icon. And then we'll come down and see what Rock's Fall needs. And then we'll try and come down here. And then up here. And then fuel station, I think. And then from the fuel station, Watchtower. So it looks like we can't get to this Watchtower from here. Looks like we'll have to go all the way around up the other way. Could be wrong. I may have thousands of hours in this game, but I left these areas long behind me. I've not been on these maps for quite some time, and I don't know how they've been changed or updated or balanced. Okay, this is where we need to leave the trailer, just at this little T-junction. So we'll just detach, just in case there's not enough room to do a 3-point turn. If we need to, we can reverse all the way back up here. Well, this is all narrow and horrible. This is definitely scouts only territory. Yep. Oh god, yes. Oh. Ew. Ew. What the hell is this? Despawn treat, yes, thank you. Ew, that was horrible. This snow's not great, and there's nothing to winch onto up ahead. We're just gonna have to low gear it. Oh, yuck. As I said, in Michigan, in the later maps, the trees and other winching points become much more sparse, forcing you to just guddle your way through. Okay, what does this need? Stonefall. Stonefall needs 1 metal beams, because of course it does. It comes from this factory. Okay, so we can fix that. If we can get to there with something with a 2-slot cargo, just pick it up from there, bring it here. As long as that road's easily navigable, which is by no means going to be the case. Right, back to the trailer and onto the other roadblock, and then, oh god, this mud pit. Looks like there's a medium tree in the cleft in the rocks on the left. Oh god, this is just... What is the front right wheel stuck on? Crap. Oh good, we pulled over the medium tree. Well, this is great, we're kind of stuck now. We are slowly moving forward, but looks like the front right wheel is stuck on something and the front left wheel can't get past this rock. So we're just kind of stuck. Now we've got all-wheel drive always on, and diff lock always on, and chain tyres, and a big engine. This is literally all we can do. So we need to go further to the right. Yeah. And then, yeah. We can get grip from that rock. Because we've destroyed our 2 winching points. Give me some more grip, give me some more grip. That's just nasty. And the side of the truck's covered in mud. Your trucks actually do take physical damage. The bodywork gets all dinged up, and even if you fix it in the field, it remains dinged up until you go in the garage, and then it gets cosmetically fixed as well. They didn't have to do that, the developers, but I'm glad they did. Adds to the immersion. Even though it's not a truck simulator, it's a video game. Any more immersion is good immersion. Right. Give me my trailer. And on we go. These little sticks we can use as grip. Yep, good. There's a little trailer park up here, but I don't know why. But there is. It looks like dirt. That's good. Packed dirt. Right, small scout flatbed, another 30 XP. We are still levelling up. Not that it really matters, because all we're really unlocking now are some of the larger trucks which we might not even buy, and some cosmetic stuff. We've like unlocked all the tyres. I think the rank 18 is when we can get like the high power long winch, like the advanced winches on some of our trucks. But that's not really something you itch for. You don't think I really must get to rank 18 to get a slightly better winch. You think I must get to rank 14 to get chain tyres. That's what you think. That's an important one. Pretty much anything after rank 14 is just, you just don't care. It's really not important. Right, let's go back to normal gears. Oh, that looks a little bit nasty, so we'll just get stuck. Tried to avoid the mud on the right, drove through the snow on the left, and snow is mud. This is all muddy, but there's nowhere else to go. You're just forced to battle through the mud. Okay, yellow hatchings. This is the other roadblock. So we can't get off to the left. That's a serious roadblock. Ain't no way around that. Possibly winch yourself on that tree and drag yourself up and over, but that's probably a stupid idea. Rocks Fall. What does Rocks Fall need? Rocks Fall needs 2 wooden planks that come from the sawmill. Okay, so bring something that has 4 cargo, pick up wooden planks from here. Oh no, on the way to this factory, pick up 2 wooden planks. Deliver them here, then go to that factory, get the metal beams, go there, open that. Right. Again, this is us doing the planning, decision making and problem solving aspect of the game. This is just what you do when you get a new map. You investigate everything. You have a look at the routes. Is this ice or is it mud? It's icy mud. You go looking for watchtowers and upgrades and any free vehicles that are lying around. You see what the routes are like. You start thinking about which tasks you're going to do in which order. Looking for any tasks to open fuel stations, repair stations, warehouse access, garage access, things like that. They're always important. And if you want to, you can read through all the inter-regional contracts and see if any of those open a garage or anything and which prerequisites you need to do for those. That's all part of the game as well. Whoops. Yeah, the camera sometimes glitches, as we saw just then. Like when you get close to some watchtowers or high power lines, the camera will try to snap to the top of them, and that's really annoying. Where the hell am I? Here, so we wanted to turn left. If these tree roots will kindly not prevent me from doing so, thank you. Kind of running out of fuel, but we haven't used any of our spare fuel from either of our 2 sources yet. Let me through, let me through. Oh, hello. I was about to say, I think I just saw the tail end of a car and then the upgrade icon flashed into being. Right. Abandoned trailer. I'm just going to nosedive straight off this little hill because there's lots of big trees that we can winch ourselves back up onto the road with. Wait, what is this? It's an engine which is 180 Newton meters, which tells me it's going to be a medium truck. Ah yes, the 2 trucks we just sold. Everyone shut up, I know what I'm doing. I'd rather have the money, because then I can buy big boy trucks. They're not any better than the White Western, and that is my final decision. so everybody shut up. I mean, in theory I could go and buy the trucks back just to sell their engines, but you're never that desperate for money unless you're playing hardcore mode, in which case I can give you the number of a very good therapist. Right, come to me, little trailer, hook back in. Thank you. Well, that was good. We found an upgrade. It was for 2 trucks that we did have and I just sold. But at least we got an upgrade. That is a strong winch. Literally just dragging herself through the snow. Ooh, this is a little bit narrow. Definitely scouts only. No, don't keep going that way because you're going to tip over. The autonomous winch doesn't mean that you instantly flip up. It just means that the winch works when the engine's off. You still need to be able to winch onto something and to have the room to flip yourself back over. And some scouts, like this one, are pretty hard to flip back on their wheels when they're upside down. Just because they're so wide and heavy. And some of the winching points and some of the, we've seen that with the Paystar. Trying to flip that back over was a pain in the ass. Because the winching points are really close to the centre of gravity. Okay, I think we wanted to turn right here and go to the fuel station. And then we'll have a look at Stuck in the Mountains, because it looks like there's a little car stuck up here. Okay. Yes, there's definitely water over the road. Well done, Mr. Sign. But it looks like it's rocky. Yep, it's all rocks. There's no mud, it's all just rocks. It's all good. Look out for the shells of ice on the left and the right. You hit them, you'll probably do your tyres in. We're on red fuel, but we've got lots of extra fuel on board. That's the fuel station just up ahead, so I'm not overly worried. We'll be fine. And you know what? This is a good place to leave this episode. We've got some fuel, we've been doing some exploration. When we come back, we'll do even more exploration, see if we can't actually begin unblocking the roads and finding bigger tasks and more things to do. We're finally in the snow in a game called Snowrunner. I know it's like Season 2 and we had to come to the second region in the game to get some snow, but we're here now and that's all that matters. So come back very soon and we'll drive around in some more snow and see how much trouble we can get ourselves in. Until we meet each other for that, do look after yourself, and I'll speak to you again soon.